How are you? Welcome to another video. In today's video, we will look into your reactions. We will look into what happens with you if you're getting some kind of outbursts of anger when people are coming where you feel judgment or where you feel something is a little bit off. How do you react to people? Do you want to react in a more mature way? Then this is definitely the video for you today. Let me share a few tips that will help you to actually really ground yourself. All right, so with this said, my name is Patricia. I'm a life coach and I help people to raise their awareness towards their life goals and towards to where they really want to go. We are the creators of our life, and so if we are doing this, it's not going to help, and we will keep doing things that are not in our favor. And unfortunately, when we grew up, we have some templates that are still running, and most of us have that. So if you want to change that template, then have a coaching call booked. Please also consider to do this via the booking platform. I received a few emails, which, sometimes it takes me a while to get back to you. And it's easier if you just book it via the online tool where you can, just check out the availability, because on there you see what is available. So you don't see more than me, or I don't see more than you. I have to say it like this. All right, so with this said, let's start for today's video. Grab your water, your coffee, whatsoever, and get your daily input from today. So in this video, I want to give you a little insight on, how you can react in a more mature way. And this video is actually just happened because I find that there are many people who start to react very impulsive and not really thought through. They react because of a wound. They react because they feel hurt at some level. And so if you are one of those, it's sometimes really hard to spot, because we believe that we are right. We have the right to have those outbursts of anger. I would react the same way if something like this would have happened, right? But the question is always, is it really helpful? Is it helpful for you to have those outbursts of anger? Is it helpful for you to then somehow, you need to generate this energy back, right? Because you're giving it away, and kind of like, okay, the energy stays there with that other person, but like you feel totally drained when you're doing that, because you're not really giving away something nice. So what is left is like kind of empty, and maybe that person is then going to ignore you, not going to speak to you. Maybe they do the same thing like you did, coming with rage or anything like this back to you. So it's actually backfiring on you and not helpful. So if you have been one of these people who are very impulsive, or saying things before they actually really thought through it, then this is really something that you have to acknowledge, that you are doing that. Raise your awareness towards that. It's not really something where you're really gaining anything. You have to change your behavior style, basically. If you want to be considered to look serious, okay, especially in business, but also in private, in the private field, when you're starting to communicate in a more mature way, people are actually going to recognize and wait until you respond. And so wouldn't you rather have something like this available and train yourself on this than having your outbursts? Now you can say, yeah, but I cannot control myself because I feel like this or like that. And it actually happens quite often in family dynamics, or even in friends dynamics, where we consider like they know me. And because they know me, they know that this sentence hurt. And this is because I'm reacting like this. This is why, you know, you kind of make reason for you to give your energy away. But the only one who is served is who? You're not serving yourself. Now this channel is here to serve yourself, right? To give yourself the best possible you can. And you're not doing that because you're giving away your energy. You're giving away what is actually you could use for something that actually supports you. But you're just dropping it like this. It's not, you know, it's not doing much. So what are you doing instead? Catch yourself is, I think, the most difficult one. So when you start to feel not considered, not good enough, not acknowledged, frustrated, angry, and it happens maybe with the same people over and over again, and you start that you have, you know, you meet people and every single time you go like this, you can see you're in anger, or you know, and it's just over the top every single time. It's just over the top. You need to start to, before you answer anything, basically, to step back. Now, I don't really mean this in a physical sense. I rather mean this in a before you speak sense, which is something like, listen, I'm a little overwhelmed right now. Let me pause for a second. Let me think. Or you could say something like, I get back to you on this tomorrow. Today's not a good day. Or you could look at that person and just say like, I will need time to respond to this. And I believe that the more your answering comes slow, in kind of like your voice is strengthening at one point, you are more aware of what you're saying. All those things actually help you also to gain more confidence within, because you're able to really make things clear, right? Now, do you have to always explain why you got angry or why you had this outburst? You know, sometimes those kind of things, they really come from earlier days where the inner child is then back involved on why we react a certain way. I don't think you always have to over-explain yourself and to actually say where this is coming from and this is why I reacted this way, blah, blah, blah. I don't think that's always required. You need to understand, do I want to share this? Is this a trustworthy person? Or can I just leave it like this? Because sometimes it doesn't really need much explanation. You just have to really take a step back, start to think again, is this in my favor? Is this reaction in my favor? Long term. We're not talking about a short relief, because that will only last for 5 seconds. Then you will be super happy that you made super drama over here, but it's not going to do anything, right? That person is not going to deliver faster. That person is not going to see you in a better light, and you don't see yourself in a better light, and all of it goes just downhill. So do not communicate like this, okay? If you feel an overwhelm, if you feel something is off, understand something is off, and understand that you need time to actually think this through and think different. Have a different way of saying it. Okay? There are so many things that you can really do. I mean, pausing is rule number 1. Pause. Change the room. Start to breathe, okay? I mean, really go here. And really think when you answer, is this really a good idea right now? would that support me on my long-term goal? Is this how I want to be seen? Is this how I want to show up for myself? Okay, important. Is this something that I want to show people? It's not so much about what other people think about you, but it's about your own standards, okay? And not putting the pressure on you that you need to be perfect and blah blah. No, nothing at all. Not like that. You should have the most compassion that you can when feeling that. But while feeling it, it can be something like, okay, I really feel like this, and I just really want to feel it, but do this by yourself. Don't do this in front of other people, especially not if you know that you cannot really trust them. Especially if you have been in situations in the past where you didn't felt protected, safe, and loved. Sometimes we also think that we need to explain why we feel this and this way. But to be honest, it's very often not even, doesn't really matter why you feel that way. But for you, it's important for you to make a change. But for you to explain why and what, and I think you can skip that most of the time. You know, I don't believe that everything needs to be shared. And there is also this oversharing, which is, I feel like, not important or not needed at all and can be just skip, you know. But for you, it's important why you react that way and that you find the root cause of it so that this is happening less, and less. It will not work out within the first time or within the second time, but you will see the progress and you will see that people are slightly changing the way how they react to you, and it will help you and support you on that long run. So I actually hope that this has helped you. Let me know in the comment sections. Do you have outbursts? Like, are you getting in rage very easily? How is this actually working out for you? How do you react in general ways where you feel maybe insecure? Insecure. Where you kind of feel like someone is kind of trying to push you down or something like this. Is not well, or doesn't now I have it, doesn't have the best intentions. How do you react to those people? And it's not about them, that they are doing it wrong and you feel so pain that that they are doing all of this and that you are kind of the victim in the whole game. You're not the victim. You are very much in the driver's seat, but you have to consider that you need to read the manual. And if you don't like the manual, you have to change the manual, make adjustments. Okay? So with this said, and with all the compassion, make sure that you are understanding of yourself. That's the most important thing. Okay? Don't give yourself a hard time on this. All right, with this said, thanks so much for today. It was a pleasure, and I speak to you soon.